How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build the positive mindset. My name is Henry, and I'm so thankful to have each and every one of you here today because in this episode, we're going to talk about how growth can happen. If you're ready to expand into your positive self, this is the episode for you because we're going to talk about what it looks like and how to use it for your benefit. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So pick a word. It could be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as we're breathing in, you're going to say this word over and over and over. You're going to really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. We're going to take another deep breath. This one's about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. Well, before we get started, if there's something that you enjoy or take away from this episode, if you're on YouTube or Spotify, you can actually leave a comment below. Not only does it help me know what resonated with you, but somebody else might read your comment and might inspire them to give this episode a listen. I want to make this the #1 mindset podcast in the world, and the best way to do that is together. So whether you leave a positive comment or share this with somebody, it means the absolute world to me, and I could never thank you enough. But let's dive into today's episode. So what does growth look like? How do you shift? How do you make the change? Well, this is something I wrote down. I'm actually going to read it as I look at it here, but you cannot coast and grow. Meaning, if you're looking for comfort, if you're looking for calmness, for steadiness, for just that sameness where everything feels okay, there is no growth to be had there. You see, growth happens under tension because it forces you to raise your perspective. It forces you to elevate yourself to make it through. Now that's why this Earth School is so powerful, because there's so much growth, there's so much hardship that happens that through it, we are given the opportunity for growth. But you can do it for yourself. You can put the hardship on you. You can spend time doing the exercise, like physical exercise. You can spend time doing the mental work, clarity, meditation, all of those things. You can spend time practicing gratitude, which is the most powerful, because when you do those things, they're uncomfortable. Do you know how difficult it is to find something that you're truly upset about? Maybe it's a person, a place, a thing, something that's truly hard, something that has such pain within you. Maybe it's a parent that did something to you. Maybe it's a former spouse, former partner, former business, whatever it is that did you wrong. Work on trying to give them love. That's difficult. Work on trying to forgive them. Work on trying to have genuine love and support and happiness and just that healing energy for them. That's hard. There's a lot of tension in that. There's a lot of resistance in that. But once you become the person that can love that, then you're the person that can love anything. Again, growth happens in tension. Think about working out. The way you grow muscle is time under tension. If that's the intelligent design of the human body, why wouldn't anything else be different? Why wouldn't your energy be any different? Think about a tree. The strongest trees are the ones that grow in the wind. The roots grow deeper. The core of the tree is thicker. It's stronger because it's used to the wind, so it had to strengthen itself. But the tree that grows in the woods, that's protected from all that, if all that was removed and then it was to receive wind, it would fall down because it's not strengthened, it's not weathered against the storm. So everything that you view as negative in your life that's happened, all the hurtful, painful things, what if you could shift into the mindset that these are opportunities for me? Then you start seeing beyond self. Then you start operating as your higher self, your true being. When you operate as your true being, you realize that this body that you're in, that's an experience. I am having a Henry experience. I am living the Henry life, but I am not just Henry, just as you are not just you. You're a powerful being having this experience. And so if the experience is just that, an experience, what do you want to do with it? When you go through the hard things that lay you to the floor, that break you down, that really just wreck your heart, are you going to use those for you? Or are you going to allow those to dictate how you feel? You are a powerful creator, and all these things can be good if you allow them. It may not be good for you, Henry, but it can be good for others. Any pain that you can go through and heal, and then give that process to somebody else, that's a gift. If it's a gift to them, it has to be a gift to you. If you start viewing yourself as this powerful force that's here to do exactly that, it starts to make sense. It starts to make sense why you had the parents you did. It starts to make sense why you had the upbringing you did, why you have the difficulties, the struggles, the mindset issues that you currently have. It starts to make sense when you put purpose to them, when you know that light cannot exist without dark, and that the appreciation of light especially can't exist without dark. When you realize that the purest form of love is choosing to be loving, then you can step into your power. Default love, or only being surrounded by love, is not love. That's forced energy. No one there actually loves you. Nothing actually loves you. Everything is just a reflection of everything around it. But when something chooses love when it's not easy, when something chooses to let go when it's not easy, that's an amazing energy. When you have somebody that's been wronged, but they love anyway. When you have somebody that's been hurt, but they love anybody, that's powerful. When they can do it anyway, when they can choose the high frequency anyway, you start becoming the master of your frequency. You become the master of your being, and then you start seeing all these hard things as opportunity for growth. That doesn't mean they didn't hurt. That doesn't mean it wasn't fair, that it wasn't wrong. Of course, the difficult things that happened to you, you wouldn't want to happen to anybody else. But they did happen to you. And then you can be the healing for somebody else. You cannot take the pain away in this world because you're taking away the option for choice. You're taking away the option for somebody to choose to be in love frequency, to choose to be in healing frequency. We were given that. God in the universe gave us the ability to choose our frequency despite the external. That's why it's always internal work that needs to happen. And I know it's not fair. And I know that there are people dealing with some very hard things. There's war going on. There's torture. The economy in areas is awful. The options to survive, to find food, shelter, all those things are really tough for some people. I understand. But the laws have to be true for everybody. Meaning this Earth School, the opportunity to choose love, it can't just be for first world countries. It has to be true everywhere. Just like the law of attraction has to be true everywhere. Just like gravity is true everywhere. It has to be. So you have this power. If there's change, if there's love, if there's healing, something that you think should be in the world, maybe the fact that you think it and that the background that you went to give you the desire for it to exist is your mission. And no one else is going to do it. You're the one. You're the one that's supposed to create the safe businesses. You're the one that's supposed to create the place where people can go to heal. You're the one that's supposed to create the foods that are better for people, the systems that are better for people, the governments that are better for people, that uplift them, that heal them, that revive them. If you're seeing that need in the world, that's a gift. A lot of people don't see anything. They're just taking it step by step. They don't have a calling yet. They don't feel their purpose yet, but you do. The call to even heal oneself is the first step. As you start healing and learning about self, your expansion to what you become starts to expand. It's all with purpose. It's all by design. So take your power back and become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a different perspective on everything that's going on and allow you to step into your power. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It'll keep you up to date with every single episode. There's also my Instagram and TikTok down below, so I appreciate all the follows there. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.